Hey guys, I thought I'd check back in because I didn't do anything yesterday because of injury. As you can see, I'm wearing an ice pack on my shoulder currently from this horrible, stupid. We had a freezing rain yesterday, and so it was a long day. I won't get into a big long story about it, but I'll talk about it anyway because why not? You're here and you're gonna listen because it's my camera. Anyway, um, it's empty. That's also empty. All right, I'm not drinking. Not drinking a damn thing. Anyway, basically I came out from working my overnight job and all my windows had, thin layers or thick layers of ice on all the windows. So some of my coworkers helped me get all that ice off and scrape it. So that took its toll and my arms were killing me and I was just wore out from that. And then on the way home, I was driving fine. It was a little bit slushy, a few slips here and there. And then I got to a certain point where I was going a little bit up a hill and then my car started rolling back down. And I tried to keep swerving and turning around, and then I ended up going down a dead end. And then the dead end was really slippery, and then it was just my car just went rolling down the hill, and I couldn't stop it. And I ended up coming very close to hitting a mailbox, but luckily it stopped right at the mailbox. So that was a bit scary. So that shook me off as well. So I was like, oh my god, what a day! And then I get out, and it's just sheets of fucking black ice everywhere. And these guys that my car was in front of their house. They were very nice and checked on me and stuff like that. And then they were trying to help me get across the ice, and then I ended up falling right on my shoulder, and it's just killing me. And then Anna was asleep, so I couldn't get a hold of her at the time. So I'm like, well, I don't want her driving out here and getting stuck too, or sliding down this hill. So I just started walking and walked about a block in the snow and ice. I ended up crawling across some black ice just because I wasn't going to fall down again. But there was a couple other times where I'm like, whoa, it's slippery, until I finally got home. So I haven't actually had it checked out. We're going to see if we can get an urgent care today or not. Being it's Christmas Eve, who knows? They're definitely closed tomorrow. So I'll just have to endure and rest it and, pain medicine and all that stuff for now. So that was my day yesterday. What a way to start Christmas, huh? But I wanted to do a little review because I watched the Christmas Story movie last week, and I didn't get a chance to talk about it. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's on HBO Max, and it is the adult versions of Ralphie, his brother, his friends Flick and Schwartz, the bully, Scud Farkus, yeah, he makes an appearance too. All grown up. The original actors are back for it, so this isn't like that terrible Christmas Story 2 that came out a couple years ago with Daniel Stern that we don't speak about. And probably they don't speak about it either. They didn't give him, they made sure not to call it Christmas Story 2 because they want nothing to do with that shit. They did replace Melinda Dillon with Julia Haggerty, but I think it worked out okay in terms of that role because Julia Haggerty's good. She's always been good. Airplane noises off, all that stuff. But I would definitely say what makes this movie is Peter Billingsley as Ralphie, because it's like he hasn't lost a step. He's grown up Ralphie, but he's still got that same personality. He still had daydreams. He still, has that cute little laugh, that kind of, look to the camera. If for anything else, I mean, all the other people were great, and I like the girl who plays his wife. She was on that short-lived Kevin James comedy where they killed her character off and then acknowledged it wasn't a big deal, even though she was probably the best part of the show. But she plays his wife, and she's pretty good. The kids aren't too bad. They have some fun moments with the kids. And Flick and Schwartz are their usual characters. I like what they did with Scott Farkus too. That was fun. And I would definitely say Ralphie makes the movie in terms of. Like I said, no, it's never going to be as good as the original Christmas Story. That's just how most sequels are. It's hard to beat unless you're in a part of a trilogy and it's the stories of building. It's hard to beat, especially after so much time too. It's hard to take a story and just continue it on in a good way. But I would say it's definitely something that I could watch it again. It's not something I'd watch over and over again like a Christmas Story, like I have hundreds of times. But I think it's a nice follow-up to the story. It's a nice tribute to Darren McGowan's father's character and all that. I think they did that nice. There were some good emotions to it as well. It definitely gave me a good Christmas feeling and all that. So I definitely, check it out, guys. It's pretty good. If you haven't seen it yet, it's on HBO Max, and it's good seeing the holidays, and you maybe even watch them back to back. Watch A Christmas Story and then watch it. I think it's a much better follow up than Christmas Story 2 or or A Summer Story, which didn't have the original actors, or that horrible musical that Matthew Broderick was in. We will not speak of that. It was interesting. So I actually played Ralphie, tallest Ralphie ever, in a. I'm 6'5". If you've never seen me stand on camera, I'm usually sitting. So, but I actually played him in a reading, stage reading, several years ago, which led to a lot more acting roles. I mentioned it before in my stories, but so I got a nice connection to that story anyway. But no, I think it's really good, guys. Like I said, this is a very quick review. It's only like 5 minutes, but yeah, the acting's fine. It's got some good humor in there. I think they do a good job tying the story together well. So yeah, I would recommend it, guys. Give it a shot. Christmas Story, thumbs up. Thanks, guys.